Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your man Rochi. We're here today, and we're back with another podcast episode. Next to me is the lovely,
Lay the Bae, y'all already know what it is.
and we're giving you that raw
Educated
analysis.
of life, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
almost over, people.
for real. Can you believe that? This will be the last episode of
Ah,
2022.
yeah,
Wow,
yep. We
that's
got a lot
crazy. For
going on.
real,
Good things coming up for the New Year's. I'm just excited. I'm really can't wait for this year to be over.
right?
Like, Lord
Because
Jesus.
2022 was some shit.
It was the aftermath of the COVID,
Yes.
and people really showed their ass this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like they never showed it before. They showed their asses this year, both in the entertainment world and in the
Yes.
book world. It's been a whirlwind.
Yeah. For real. For real. So this episode is kind of like an extended version of the fact sheet. You know,
Yes,
we're gonna be talking about a couple of news stories, giving our opinions on them, and that's it. And we're probably gonna do a lot more of these, sprinkle these throughout the year. You know, because we touch on some heavy stuff on here. So
Right.
sometimes it's kind of cool to have some lighthearted stuff in here. So and these are easy. So the
Mm-hmm.
first thing we're gonna talk about is the Georgia Senate election, which had Herschel Walker
Lord.
versus Raphael Warnock.
It's just
First, since you live in Georgia, I want to know your opinion first.
listen. Every time I hear their name, it makes me giggle because for me, as far as politics go, I'm an independent thinker. I wish that there would be an independent candidate, but unfortunately, that's not the reality of it. And so, we have to deal with either Democrats or Republican. And either way it goes, whether you voted for Warnock or Herschel Walker, you're screwed. That's how I see it. I'm not from Georgia. I just reside here, but living here as long as I've did so far, I didn't know who to vote for. I'll be honest. I don't know them niggas. I, I don't know y'all. Y'all resume. I don't just because Biden is backing this one and this person is being backed by that one. Don't trust it. Maybe next election.
That's ultimately what it came down to because Warnock's uh had Biden and Obama support, and then Herschel Walker had Trump support. But it's just like outside of who's campaigning for you, what do you have to offer?
Nothing. Name
And
one.
his as far as Warnock, his resume was he's pastor of a church that Dr. King was a pastor of too. I'm just like,
That's
how
nice.
how does that translate to
Right.
what are you gonna do when you get there? To me, it's it was a bunch of mudslinging back and forth between them two. Oh, he's stupid. Well, he's a pastor, and it's like
Those campaign ads was so serious.
yes, they were terrible.
I was like, yo, what in the world? Got DV cases going on, and this person
Right.
done did this. I'm like,
And Herschel Walker wasn't even from Georgia. He was living in Texas and gonna move back to Texas when he
how do you make a decision? And it's like anybody with logic, anybody who deals with logic, who lives by morals, principle, values, has integrity, you're looking at this shit like it's a fucking circus. Like, what
right,
the
right.
going on here? But this is America.
I
Childish Gambino voice.
I agree that we need more independent candidates and we need more third party candidates, period.
Right.
Because Democrat and Republican have screwed us for 300 years.
But that's
So,
where the money comes in though.
yeah.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
That's why I believe in getting money out of politics, like Bernie Sanders was talking about. It's about who has the most money most of the time or who's more popular.
It's
You're,
the illusion of inclusion,
yeah,
I like to say. To have us believe as Americans that we really have a say in what goes on in our government, but we really don't.
We
You
really
know,
don't.
I pledge allegiance to the republic. To the republic. I just want you guys to note that. To the republic. Where the does it say democracy?
Exactly. We go around instating democracies all over the place, but we are not a full democracy either. Just the fact that we still have the electoral college as a standing thing, which means that it's not about your vote doesn't really count in that if you think about it. The way the states go, look, we vote as a country, so whoever has the most votes should win. That's simple and easy. The electoral college could easily say, nope, we don't agree with this. Boom. We gonna put in who we want to put in.
So then, as the youth is coming up, right, and it's bad enough that our generation, like, kind of was like, whatever, right? Now, this youth coming up, especially what they call them, the Gen Zs.
Gen Z's, yeah.
Oh Lord, what do they have to look up to?
I
Who,
think
you know?
I think they're gonna be the difference makers though, because they seeing through all the bullshit of the past.
Probably so.
And our generation is teaching them like, nope. Like our parents taught us, oh, it's Democrats or nothing or whatever. But we're like,
Yeah.
you know what? They're both bad.
Mhm.
And they're seeing that like, oh well, who is what? I don't like either one of y'all, so we're gonna do something different. I think when it's probably 10, 15 years, when it's time for them to start voting and when it's time for they can start running for office, they're gonna make big changes.
I hope so. I hope so because knowing the problem is one thing, having a solution is another. And I for one, do not have faith in this generation whatsoever. I don't think that they're going to make the right decisions as a whole, especially for Black people. Like, let's just keep it real. We have been pushed aside for so long, then made to believe that we have been including when we haven't been included, when you still have Black on Black crime, when you still have
Yeah.
killing us, when you still have, women attacking each other. You see all this love and hip hop and all this reality shit. All you see is Black people attacking each other one way or another. And every time they bring a different like scenery or a different topic, you understand, like you got the basketball wives, the doctors and all this extra stuff, and these 1% millionaires that are falling in love with each other, all this extra stuff, right?
Right, right.
Not portrays us in a beautiful humanic light.
I wish there was more things that would do that like we had growing up. There's a few sprinkled in there, but it's not as prevalent. It's not as popular as the other stuff. It's more like underground shows that portray us in the light that is good, like intelligence. Like we need more of that because these people are just stupid. And you can see it. It's like, and honestly, I don't think all of them are actually dumb that are on these shows.
No,
I think they just play dumb. Like
behavior is classless.
yes, it's definitely they and
It's disappointing that we always have to show that the only way that we know how to communicate is through violence. You understand? And so these are little factors that go into what's going to shape the future, what's going to shape these children who are the future for better years to come. But
definitely,
it plays out.
definitely. All right, the next story you can bring in if you want.
Which one is that one? The Shanquella?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies. And I say this, I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. Be careful who you call friend.
Yes.
Be careful who you call friend. This poor girl went on this trip with a couple of her friends.
Mm.
Not only did they set her up, but they videotaped pretty much her
I was
execution.
just about to ask you about that, like that beat down where she wasn't even fighting back.
It was so disgusting to see not only that they videotaped it, but they lied. You came back to the States without her body and said that it was alcohol poisoning. You sorry pieces of shit.
And the coroner over there in Mexico say that it was like a spinal injury or something like that?
They all fucking up. Everybody's fucked up.
It's like they didn't care.
My heart goes out to her parents because not only do they have to keep reliving this until they get justice for their daughter, but again, we're living in a world where now you don't even have time to mourn in privacy or anything like that. Everything is being done and watched live.
Real time.
Watching your daughter pretty much last days on a fucking video that her so-called friend was recording.
What kind of shit is that as a friend though? Like,
monsters.
I understand, number one, like I've had beef with friends before, you know, like you squab it out. But if the person not fighting back at that point, that's just okay, it is what it is. You're not gonna continue when the person balling up like this, and you know, like, what are you doing? You just a bully at that point.
But my thing with that was cool. Y'all did what y'all did, but y'all did it in another country.
Right. Right.
So she was defenseless all the way around the board. You literally had no one there to help you. You are in another country, so you can't even pick up the phone to call somebody to come get you. Like the whole situation in itself was just fucked up.
I don't understand. I can't tell who's worse, honestly, the person that was doing the hit or the person filming.
Both.
What the fuck are you filming? What are you doing, bro? What are you?
Both disgusting people.
You are disgusting. You are horrible. You're supposed to be your friend. You went to go to celebrate and you decide to do that to your friend.
Disgusting. Make me want to throw up.
Terrible. Terrible. Huh?
They made some arrests.
They did?
Yeah, I think they made like 3 or 4 arrests of the people involved. I hope they get everybody involved.
Yes.
I go under the jail because that's where y'all belong.
Yes.
And when you go to the girl's profile and you see her pictures and you can just tell that she was just a girl living her life.
Yes.
And they was just hating.
She was a hairstylist and she was obviously the breadwinner of that crew.
Haters. Just
like,
a bunch of haters.
I just don't understand the logic in that, but I hope that they get justice. And I'm not for jailing people, but in this situation, your ass need to go to jail, homie. Like, yeah. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts about it. You screwed up this lady's life. Your life should be screwed up too. Her parents got to suffer because they thought that she was going to have a good time. In no point in time during that, they thought their daughter was going to die from this. And then come back and get other stories. Like at first, oh, we don't know where she is. What you mean? So you left anyway? Like, that don't make no sense.
And me as a parent, I'd have been like, all right, she got alcohol poisoning. Why y'all didn't call the day she got alcohol poisoning?
Right.
Why y'all wait until y'all come back?
Right.
It was just so evil all the way around the board. Like, ugh. Next, please.
Yeah, that one's heavy. The next one is the R.Kelly album that came out on Spotify and then took off the next day.
I fuck with R.Kelly. I don't care what no one says. We can always go into a conversation about that one, about grown men or what grown men, older men dating younger girls.
I personally, I grew up being a fan of R. Kelly.
Who did?
But when that stuff came out and I realized now how foul what he did is, like, and the fact that we let him come back afterwards because he made some good music, it was just like, I saw the R. Kelly video when I was like 15 or 14.
Okay.
And there was no denying that was him. Like, it wasn't no, I was just like, in my mind, like thinking back now, I'm like, oh, damn, that's really him doing it. But I didn't realize as a 15-year-old how big of a deal it is for a 30-year-old man to be having sex with a 15-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. Now I do. I'm just like, how do you see this video? And then they said, oh, it was his body double. Nah, nigga, that was R. Kelly. If you knew how he looked during that time too, that was right before Ignition and everything came out, when he had the bald head and everything.
I wish.
Yes, I think it was around that time. Like, you could tell that was him.
See, this is where I have issues. I love R. Kelly. I love his music. What I cannot do is deny that the man is a musical genius.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot do. However, I also can't place an opinion because I was a young girl who dated older men. So my question would be is, did he really manipulate these girls into being in relationships or fucking with them? Or was it them seeing an opportunity, taking the opportunity, and it not going the way they expected it to? And now all of a sudden he's the bad guy. Because that could be it too. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It'd be hard.
Okay, the question I have for you then is, do you think that as 15, a 14, a 15-year-old, or a 16-year-old, that you have all the faculties that you need to make a decision like that?
No, but then you got to think about even in America, here in America, your parents can marry you off at the age of what, 15, 16 in certain states.
Certain states, yeah.
Right?
That's not okay either, to me.
Yeah, does that child at that time has the, the ability to make sound decisions as an adult? Hell no.
No.
We think we do, but no, we don't.
Ultimately, it has to be manipulation, because you are a star at that point. So, number one, a lot of people don't have money. They have aspiring dreams and careers. So you're giving them an opportunity to get out of whatever situation they were in. Of course, they're gonna snatch that up. Why not? Like, who wouldn't at that point? But it has to be some adult there to be like, no, this is not right.
Right. But
no.
Look what you said though, right? The first time it came out, we were in our teenage years.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Way before our teenage years, because the Aaliyah story came out before the PN story came out. So we already knew what kind of person he was, or what kind of demons he was dealing with.
Yeah.
And again, hold on.
You got froze on you.
Okay, now good. But at that time, we knew what kind of demons he was dealing with at that moment, at that time. Why not get him? Why not get him the help that he needed?
Yeah,
right there and then.
That's
but the powers to be kept the ball going, kept it pushing,
years and years and years.
Once it got to the point where they probably wanted something from R. Kelly that he probably wasn't trying to give up, just like they did Bill Cosby, just like they do everybody else. Once they figure out something they want from you that you're not willing to give up. But yeah, I don't think this whole circus would have been a circus as it was to have, the powers to be. They had nothing to do with it. I think he would have still been making music. We still would have been loving him. We still would have been selling out concerts. It's the same thing, different person.
I wish it didn't come out the way that it did. I wish that he would have been dealt with back in the 90s, because it just let more victims come out. More and more people, this happened. And honestly, is R. Kelly the only person to blame in this situation? No. It's the parents who allowed their kids, like, tell me something. You got a baby. You got a baby girl. Are you going to allow them to go do whatever? I don't care who it is. Your favorite singer. Can I be in the studio alone with your daughter?
Hell no.
I'll give you $100,000. I'm gonna sit right here and watch. Exactly.
You want bullets.
But these parents allowed not only to be alone in the studio, but we're gonna go on tour together.
And again, this is why I can't shit on my man Kels, man, because it's like on both sides, one hand washes the other type thing. It was like a wham bam thank you man transaction. I have the power. You want what I have. So let's, come to an agreement or negotiation some type of way. It just sucks.
There was other people too that were going to get these girls for him so he wouldn't have
Right.
to do it himself. So honestly, it should be treated like a RICO case to me. Like
Mm-hmm.
in a RICO case, they like the one that's going on with Young Thug and them. We could talk about that too, actually. Like you take out the king, R. Kelly's the kingpin, he's up top, and then all of his underlings are the ones to be in trouble. Like you you all need to be in trouble too, because you don't get to just get away with that shit. No, I think you should all get in trouble for it. Now, as far as his music goes, is the question, because we've had this problem for a long time. Like, can you separate the music from the artist?
I can. I can. If you give me some good fucking work, I don't care how much of a piece of shit you are. I'm gonna be honest. I can separate the two because you know how they say don't mix, personal with business. That's
Right,
my
right.
that's my personal feeling that I have towards you. But if your music dope, I'm gonna rock that shit. I'm gonna blast that shit.
Yeah, I can see that perspective, but for me, it's kind of hard because of all of what came on through it to get there.
I'm sorry,
And
I'm still stepping in the name of love. I'm still gonna step in the name of love.
well, we can agree that he a piece of shit for what he did, but at
Yeah.
this, it's this question is his
But
music should he
I don't downplay his music though. The nigga's he a genius,
facts
man.
facts. I don't deny that he is probably one of the greatest musical talents of our time. Singing, writing, like, but then
Hero,
some
I believe I can fly.
but then some of those songs are kind of questionable now because
Well,
didn't he write Hey Young Girl for Lloyd? It's just like you was just telling us, but we wasn't listening. He wrote a lot of the hits. He wrote a lot of the hits also for B2K. So
we still bump to that.
it was like he was using those outlets to secretly tell on himself. Like, I'm really into this, but I can't say this.
But y'all can't.
But y'all can.
Either way it goes, the man is a genius. He's a musical
At that point, to me,
genius.
I don't think he should receive money off of it though
If
anymore.
anything, he's played restitution to the victim's family, to the victims and the victim's family.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you want to put out an album or something like that, all of that money, no, you don't get to see none of that. All that goes to victims,
Right.
people that you hurt, because it wasn't just that you hurt those kids, you hurt those families, and the parents though, although they should be in trouble too, but sometimes it was just the mom and the dad had no idea. So
Everybody go to jail. That's how I feel.
yeah,
Everybody. Not everybody, but everybody.
but we didn't plan on talking about this, but what are your thoughts on the Young Thug and trial and Gunna snitching?
Boy, they is telling like a nobody's business, right? So
Right.
this is the thing. Everybody's saying, well, he didn't tell on Young Thug. First and foremost, sweetie, even if you say you was there, hey, I'm admitting to my crimes, but I don't know what happened over there. You're still admitting that there is a gang going on.
Exactly. That's dry snitching.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
I don't understand that.
when it
Hold on. 'Cause-
you froze again.
Yeah, you froze before I did. All right, now we go. But before anything, I said that's dry snitching. That's dry snitching. He ain't, and first, when you sign a plea, that don't mean you beat the case. That means
Exactly.
something from you. And what is it that they want? They want you to testify.
Yeah, they want your cooperation. If you are cooperating with the feds, you are a snitch.
But then it got the nerve to sit here and everybody saying, oh, the 6ix9ine situation is different. Honestly, it really isn't. Because we're talking, if anything, I feel like this situation is worse because we all knew 6ix9ine wasn't a street nigga.
Exactly. But Gunna pretended to be a street nigga.
Street niggas. Y'all lived by a certain code. So why are niggas coming out on plea deals? And why is this being accepted?
Honestly, the crazy part about today's society, I don't think it's gonna affect his music career like that.
Oh no, you know
he could rap about the same shoot 'em up shit and all of that, but no, I don't believe you, homie, because you told.
Because the real ones, there's only a few of them, and they're the last of a dying breed. This generation is a bunch of punks and pussies.
It's not that we advocate for people to be street, but if you are street, you hold yourself to that code.
You live by a certain code. And when you live by that code, you die by it. It's just as simple as that. You know, as much as I don't like to glorify the mafia, but that's what the mafia was about.
And especially when Young Thug is supposed to be the so-called kingpin of this, he's gonna get the worst part of this now because one of his codees folded. So now it's just like we literally got your homeboy on paper saying that YSL is a gang. Are you gonna deny that? It's just like it makes it harder for him now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And all them people, like, damn, bro, like you a snitch. You should be seen as such.
All rats must die, even Master Splinter. You understand? When you live by a certain code, you I don't know. For me, I feel like your word is your bond.
Right.
Your word or your name is all you have in this world.
Right.
And so whether the streets chose you or you chose the streets, there's something that comes with that you need to live by. It's just simple.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with it. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I don't like it.
Me either.
And I don't like that nobody not saying nothing about it. And everybody want to sit here and give these niggas a pass.
Last thing I heard was pass.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
I can hear you now.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's he a weenie to me. He lost a lot of respect in my book, even though I didn't mess with his music like that. Like, to me, when I heard that, I'm like, okay, now you're gonna see who really a solid nigga, because y'all decided to do this together. You was complicit when the money was coming in, bro. But when you get arrested, first thing you want to do after a couple months of sitting there, you want to, oh, I'm telling, no, honey.
They don't want to eat that Jack Mac.
Exactly. You go down.
Mac. Then the nigga Funk. Oh my God, I loved him. I really did. I really appreciated him. And I think I appreciated him more because his name was Funk. Here another one.
Folded.
Like a piece of paper.
I was just watching the BMF documentary.
I love Big Meech.
Yeah, Big Meech is probably one of the realest niggas I've ever seen as far as that shit goes. He didn't fold on nothing. He didn't fold on none of his homeboys. They asked him why he didn't get out the game, because he said, what the rest of these niggas gonna do? This is my family. He said, if I can get out and get all of y'all out too, then I would. But I still got to do this. He knew this shit was coming.
That's a real one right there.
Real from the jump. All his people were solid. They wasn't killing nobody. Huh?
Some of the real close ones.
Yeah.
You know, they came rats.
Yeah, the money man was a rat. And then
one of his little young niggas was definitely a rat.
Because he had his own little plans in it, but it's just like y'all all eating.
what nobody notices though, I don't even think the people even paying attention to all of it, right? What nobody's noticing is that the woman that he had close to him was the one really running everything around him.
Oh,
What
Yogi. Yeah.
is it's a man's world, but it'll be nothing without a woman or a girl.
And Yogi say solid.
All the way. But
All the
this is where I knew Meech was a real nigga because she says he told her you can get out the car right now.
yes, exactly. I was my same reaction, I swear.
And when he gave her that option, people don't understand how real it is to give people an option, man. He didn't just say, yo, we riding out. He gave her an option. And she said, nah, we're gonna ride out to the end. Oh, I was so hyped. I was like,
Yes, she a real one for real. Like you a ride or die for real. Okay.
you don't have people like that no more. But
She knew what was going on, and he knew what was
yeah.
going on. And the fact that you said like he gave her that option, because some street dudes like, if you the top of the thing, they about to throw everybody else in front of that bullet. He like, no, I'll take the bullet for us.
He
And
knew how to wait until
she like,
no more.
right, and he's still sitting in there.
He coming home soon though.
Soon,
He'll be
hopefully.
home. You know, it's gonna be a big party out here in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, and you know Terry's out already, so I think honestly Terry hasn't spoken to anybody yet like that. I think Terry's gonna speak when Meech comes out, and they're gonna do something together and get money. Like Lil Meech right now doing this stuff, he gonna have so much bread for his dad when he get home.
Mm-hmm. That's how
Like,
it's supposed to turn a negative into a positive.
For real, just telling your story.
Because you can even tell by him starting his label that being in the game isn't what he wanted to do.
Exactly.
He wanted to legitimize himself, but it just it didn't go. It was timing. Timing was everything.
I always said that if Meech had another 2 or 3 years, they would have been totally legit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He was running in them circles for real. Like he was eating with Diddy and shit. Like, come on now.
Absolutely. He's part of the reason for Jeezy's career.
Exactly.
A lot of people's career, I heard. So, you know, it's a blessing and a curse to have someone like a Big Meech because he is a like Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
You know, would never be done again. And not to glorify the streets. I'm not glorifying the streets whatsoever. But you gotta give props when props is due. That nigga was doing it and he was doing it big, baby.
He would have been the real life ghost.
Facts.
Because that nigga was running in them circles. He shook the right hands. He made the right deals. He was right there. And that's what made him so mad. Like on watching the documentary, I'm like, they was just mad. Oh, he put a billboard up just to rub it in our face. Shit, I would too. You can't catch me, motherfucker.
Facts. I was like, the cops was hating on him anyway, throwing parties with real animals coming through and shit.
Right.
Yeah, doing a nigga.
Right. Nobody dying over this.
Right.
And the fact is, who bringing crack over here? It's not us. It's not us. Right. But they don't never want to go after the people that's bringing it. They want to go after the people that's selling it, though.
And then this is where we go back to politics. Everything is connected. If drugs were to be stopped today, the stock market would crash.
Yeah.
They need the drug dealers. They just don't want the drug dealers to get too ahead of themselves. They don't want them up there.
Right.
They want you just below the lid to where money can keep flowing around.
For real.
Economic real, baby.
There's one more thing about that Meech thing I want to talk about. Did you hear about Little Meech getting arrested a few weeks ago?
Oh, yes. And you know what's so crazy? Because he looks just like his daddy.
Straight up. A twin, I swear.
Like his pappy. And it's like, damn, bro, you have an opportunity right now to turn this whole shit around. And I get it. You understand? I understand when he already had a taste of it.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to leave it alone when you already had a taste of it and you know how it feels.
At the same time, though, I understand why he had the peace, but You ain't got to be the one to carry the piece.
Right. Right.
You don't got to be the one to hold that, bro. Like you are not that. You are the breadwinner now, so you can't be making mistakes like that. You got to let some of your other people hold the piece for you because you need. I understand you need protection because you're making money now. Niggas gonna want to see you by it. But yeah, he got to move a little smarter. But he's still young, and I'm pretty sure he got enough lawyers. He gonna probably get a slap on the wrist for this. Hopefully, even though it's a felony charge, probably some probation. But
hopefully probation. He's doing so good.
Like, he's so young still too. So I understand that's a young mistake.
Yeah.
He just needed an OG in his ear to tell him, "Hey, bro, you need to move a little smarter."
You can't keep making those same mistakes, and now you're in the limelight for real.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you are now making a name for yourself. You're coming out of that's Meech's son to becoming your own man. And so eventually, he gonna get it, and I hope he does.
Yeah, I think so too. I know he'll
amazing job on the series.
Yes,
he's doing an amazing.
I was shocked at how good he acted that first season. I'm like, oh, for real, he got this.
Yeah, but he says 50 sent him out to California for acting lessons.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome for him to even play that role because that's my father. But I gotta get in tune with his mind, with
exactly
what's going on at that time, and that was way before he was even born.
And shout out to 50 for being a real one, and he had him in mind the whole time. But not only did he say he was gonna make him the actor, you know what? I'm gonna make you the actor and make you the best choice for the role. You're gonna go to this acting school. You're gonna be the best choice. You look like your daddy. Now you're gonna act like your daddy.
I love seeing that when the sons get to play the fathers, like Ice Cube's son when he played.
Yes.
I believed it. Can't nobody tell me that wasn't Ice Cube.
Right.
I believed it.
That gotta make you feel good as a dad, for real. Like, this is my flesh and blood, my son, and he gets to eat off of playing me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you want to bring up the next story?
The Meg the Stallion.
Yeah, this is gonna be controversial right here.
Free Tory. I said it. Yeah, I said it. I did, and I stand by it. 10 toes down. Free Tory Lanez, man.
Okay, so I want you to state your opinion first before I give mine. What? Why?
These hoes keep playing. These hoes play too much. They play way too much. And again, I am an advocate for Black men because, in my eyes, from what I've seen growing up, I feel like Black men get it the worst. Not only do you guys have to fight outside, but then you got to come home and fight as well. And all I've seen throughout my years is women putting men down, women finding a way to discredit men, women trying to figure out ways to make a man's life a living hell, especially a Black man's, right? Now, I'm not sitting here saying Tory's innocent. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we don't know what the fuck happened. We don't know what the fuck happened. Because she already lied and said she didn't fuck him when we know she fucked him.
But what does that have to do with to me, what does it have to do with the case?
But this is my thing, though. What happened if Tory allegedly did shoot you, what happened for him to shoot you? I need the real scoop. I need it. I cannot move forward without it because it's like someone just don't wake up saying, I'm just going to shoot somebody.
Just like you're an advocate for Black men, I'm an advocate for Black women. So I feel like I understand her story so much because I've seen Black women die on that hill for Black men before. And she tried to at first. She was like, I stepped on some glass. But then he comes out and tries to put her down about it. Like, so it's just like, okay, I'm gonna tell the truth. Tory Lanez is like 5'3". He a little man. And I think he got little man's complex. And there was another incident. Oh, you froze.
All right, now we
All right. There was another incident. I don't know if you know of there's a rapper called Dax. I don't know if you know about Dax.
who?
Dax. Uh
They need to stop. They need to stop playing. They need to stop playing.
he ran up on Dax for he wrote a verse like a low key dissing Tory, and Tory ran up on him. And it was like he tried to pull rank. It was obvious he had something in the video or whatever. He was trying to punk him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you a bigger artist in this situation. So you don't need to do that. Why are you pulling up on this other artist, younger and less of a name, and trying to punk him for writing a rap about you? He didn't say I'm gonna hurt you or nothing in the rap. It was about I rap better than you type shit. At that point, if you want to go back and forth with him, you go back and forth on a record. You don't run up on a nigga.
Well, niggas got, big dick contest.
Yeah, but to me, it was like you make irrational, stupid decisions.
Okay.
And this is, so so I think you made a rational, stupid decision at a club. Megan was probably about to ride out with another nigga. And but we do know that for sure his fingerprints were on the gun.
It's his gun.
Exactly. So, and he had and all the witnesses there said that he did. And there was one witness that didn't show up. I think it was one of her bodyguards. And if they find out that he has something to do with that witness not showing up to the thing, then it kind of look bad. Why you gonna tamper with the witnesses? If you want the truth to come out, you just sit there and let the
destruction of justice.
I think he deserves. To me, it's a weenie move. Like I'm a man. I don't care how big of an argument I get in with a girl, even if she's bigger than me. I'm not gonna shoot her. I'm not gonna pull out a gun in that argument at all.
That nigga Tory was scared. He said this big bitch.
Yeah, she 5'10".
She was baby D.
Yeah. Come on, you size them up right there, and ask yourself who gonna win that fight.
Oh,
and I'm, even if as a man you Tory, like you think that you might be able to get the best of her, you gonna take a knock, nigga. She gonna knock you up a little bit.
She's gonna wop him like one good time.
Yeah, so I understand that, but like that's a weenie move to me. I can't imagine, like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna, if I'm losing an argument with a girl, especially like that, I'm out. Fuck you too, bitch. Then cool.
Or it could have been a scare tactic. I've been shot at. I'm not saying this because I'm proud of it. It's behind me. I'm able to laugh at my past people. Okay, I've been shot at, and it wasn't because he couldn't beat me. It was a scare tactic, and probably that's another reason. He could have been shooting her like bitch, shut up. You feel me?
It could have been that.
It could have been that,
and I could have been I honestly think it could have been an accident, or he's pointing at the ground. But the fact is, you got a loaded weapon in your hand. That shit could go off at any time, bro. Like, why you pull it out? Why you introduce this to the situation?
Sorry, Tory, I'm trying to help you here.
It looked bad to me. It just looked like you were weenie to me. And then his dad, I made a video about it on TikTok. So the people that come from my TikTok video to see this, like, I mean, I have strong opinions, but like I said, this is why this is the real, because you can state your opinion.
Ranting about, it's Jay-Z's fault. And
yeah.
I was like, Beyonce, you have children. And I'm like, oh, like,
what do they have to do with the situation?
But see, that's the thing though, right? What do they have to do with the situation for a parent to yell out something like that? That's what I'm saying. Like, people just don't do things. You got to give me a backstory. Put this shit in context for me, because I just don't believe you just wake up and just do shit. Everything is.
Yeah, I understand. Things can get heated, but at one point, does you being a man, you got to be a man. You got to be okay. She could talk all the shit she want.
Yeah.
But you got bread at that point, and he wasn't stunning her. He could leave. He could be like, you know what? I'm about to roll out with these other 5 chicks that want me. Forget you.
He could have thought about it.
And it looked bad. It looked worse because he could have admitted to it in the first place. But to try to slander her and make her look like she a bad person because you slept with her, it don't matter if you slept with her or not, bro. To me, Megan Thee Stallion could have fucked every nigga in the industry. She could have been Superhead. It don't matter to me though. Like she could have been Superhead, but you still deserve don't deserve to be shot for nothing.
You don't deserve to get shot at just because you're super head.
Exactly. So it is no way to justify it for me. There's no way to you a weenie, homie. Like, and you got to eat that.
I'm still on this weenie part. Like,
that's Kelly talk right there. That's Kelly talk. Like you a weenie, bro. Like
start saying that y'all niggas is weenie. Stop being weenie. Okay.
Now, dude, does he deserve to get 20 years, which is the max? I don't think so.
I don't think so. That's
but he deserved a little bit of time to think about what he did. Yeah.
Maybe a year. A year would sit him down, he'd be all right. You feel me?
Yeah, think about that.
Been on house arrest and shit. Like, what more do you want? You feel me?
But
trying to check something.
But that comes back to making the right decisions. You a grown man and you do this situation in LA. You know how LA treats us.
I believe everyone should be accountable and responsible for their actions and what they say, and should be held accountable and responsible for what they say and do. But again, we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened.
But I want to believe her until there's a proof that she's lying. Now,
why do you want to believe her so bad?
Because some people don't choose not to believe the woman in a lot of situations, and that's why they choose not to believe the woman. So give me proof either way. That's what I want. Give me proof either way. Now, if
Gail, she lied. She lied to Gail. And before she lied, she paused for a minute.
Who hasn't lied to Gail, man? Gail is the person that you want to go tell your story to, like Jesse. Jesse did the same thing. You want to go tell a lie. Juicy Smollett. You want to go tell her, you want people to believe you, and you want to go out there, act the damn fool and cry on TV.
Didn't R. Kelly do the same shit?
Exactly. R. Kelly did the same thing.
Hey, with me, man.
So you go on Gail's if you want to lie.
So that was her one time and only way she could lie is on Gail.
Yeah, that was hilarious too.
We don't know what else that bitch lied about. That's what I'm saying. I ain't saying Tory right. You feel me? You need to calm you know, short people got a complex.
Yeah.
You feel me? That bullying complex and whatnot. So
I definitely think he got the short man complex.
Yeah, I wish he, could have had a little bit more discipline. But it is what it is. You feel me? Isn't Meg Thee Stallion signed to Rock Nation?
Rock Nation is her management company, but I think she's signed to something else.
To Jay Prince. Right?
Yeah, I think she's signed to Jay Prince. But she gonna be all right throughout this. Like that's the thing for me too. Another thing why I believed her, because she had nothing to gain from telling a lie about him, saying that he shot her. Like, what does that do for her? It's not like she's gonna get more money out of it. Megan is probably arguably top 5 females out right now.
Is it? I don't know. That's the thing, though, right? I just don't know. That's why I say I can't I can't really pick a side. I can't. What I can say is right and wrong is wrong. That's it.
I don't think it's right that people that are riding so hard for him that don't know what happened, or they're making excuses like saying if he did it, then well, she deserved to be shot. Like
that's fucked up. That's fucked up, people.
Why?
But well, we some heartless motherfuckers sometimes.
On the internet, that's the thing. You get behind the keyboard and you can say whatever you want to say.
But my thing is this again: is both of them were wrong, and Tory was a lot. He just took it overboard. It seems like it was just a disagreement, and he went ahead and took it overboard.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like his punishment equals up to the crime. I don't think it does.
But he hasn't been sentenced yet, so we don't know until January, I think 20 something, where he goes to sentencing. But it's LA County, and they like throwing the book at niggas. So But Tory Lanez is also rich, and they treat celebrities different than they do regular people.
Money walks, bullshit talks.
So we're gonna see how it plays out. But
You got the
I just
money and the verbiage. You be all
I
right.
just thought it would be a good thing to talk about it on here, because we the real and we're not gonna bullshit y'all.
Not at all.
And like we talked about before, me and her have different opinions on R. Kelly and Tory, but we can have a discussion.
Right.
That's what it's about. We need to start having discussions and stop name calling and pointing fingers and all that.
Start listening more. You know? Start listening to one another more and not be so quick to judge, not be so quick to respond.
Right.
Just listen. You sometimes like I don't like speaking too much because I feel like I sound like a kid. I like listening to other people. I like
Same.
learning from other people. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I just know a lot of information, but that's because I wanted to know the information. So I went ahead and did my own research and read certain books and things of that nature. But I also deal with my logic, my principles, my morals, my values, and my integrity. So I don't know. I feel like we bring something different because, of course, there's 20 million different podcasts going on, but I think we bring something different because we're just two regular people just having a real conversation
Exactly.
and saying shit people either want to say and don't say, or people who have said it, and so we're just, you know,
I was
making it.
thinking about doing a separate episode for this, but I think since this is the last episode of 2022 and we love all of our viewers, we're gonna get into it now. You got time, right?
Yeah.
We good? So let's talk about first off, let's talk about our goals and our visions for the next year. Yeah. If you want me
So
to go
give me
first, I can go first. You can go first. It don't matter. Okay. So my goal is to get us a brand deal next year. My goal is to keep improving on the content that we're putting out, be consistent. I don't want to miss a week next year, if possible. I want to have consistent. I want to have fantastic guests. My vision is to have fantastic guests. And by the end of the year, I want to have our library of content to be so good that it's undeniable, and that we have a fan base to where we can dictate to whoever contacts us the terms of our contract.
right.
But we are going to remain owners of our content. We'll lease it to y'all, at least 20 episodes or 40 episodes. But when that 40 episode contract is up, come on back. Because
Yeah.
the real ain't gonna stop.
At all. You can't stop one step.
Exactly. We could be on the radio, this time, and they say they're gonna cancel our show, but we still gonna be here. So that's my vision, is for us to get. It's bigger than us, I think.
Right. Absolutely.
But another thing in my vision is for us to have a studio and to be doing this in person and to have guests come through. My vision is to have like a kind of a space like the 85 South, where like,
Okay.
couches or people feel comfortable to come chill with us. The microphones are kind of there, but they're not seen, you coming in and kick it with the real. Come talk to us, have a conversation.
Come and talk to me. Hey.
Right. And people,
But
and the fact that I think we'll have real friendships. We're gonna bring real people on,
absolutely.
so that's my goals and dreams for the next year, especially when it comes to this. I'm just growing this brand, this real brand. So
Well, for me, there's like three parts of it, right? It has truly, truly been a blessing for you and I to partner up. I feel like
yes,
you and I have great chemistry. I feel like, we're gonna do so much that we won't even be able to sustain it. But what I really wanted, you already had mentioned it, was for us to be in a studio together, in a space where we can bring our guests and they can just come and chill with us. So that's one of my visions when it comes to us doing this podcast. Of course, you already know my motto: you lead, I follow. However you lead us, I'm right behind you. Whatever you need, I'm here for it. And just creating generational wealth.
Right.
That's really what that's always been my plan. You remember Pinky and the Brain? I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
trying to figure out how to take over the world, you know? And so with all these different opportunities knocking at my door, and you know, I just want to take advantage of all of them and be able to help everyone else along the way. Because of course, you know, you know people, I know people through our
Right, right.
connections, things like that. You know, shout out to Chrissy too, because she definitely got on me about not being on. We definitely gotta make room for her next year. But shout out to all of our guests, man.
Yes.
From First Lady Flames, to Shakita, Slay Myers, DeGraggio. I know I'm missing somebody. I'm missing somebody. I don't want to miss somebody.
Daddy Moolah.
Danny Moolah. Danny Moolah. Yes, 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 yes. You know, you guys are an inspiration to me, you know, just to keep going, because I love talking. I love
Oh, we
hearing.
thought about Gaylena too.
Had a beautiful story, man, beautiful woman. And you know, I just want to hear other people's stories, because everyone has a story. Everyone
Right.
came from somewhere, but you know, everyone's story doesn't end with a fairy tale. It can lead somewhere else, but I'm just excited. I'm excited. I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait for this year to be over with. Yeah, me.
Same.
But I'm ready for 2023.
It's gonna be
So
big. It's gonna be
huge.
big. Another goal of mine that's kind of connected to this is I want to release my album, my first ever album. I put out a mixtape this year,
Right?
but the connections that we're making, you know, I'm definitely gonna have Slay Myers on there and DeGraggio on there because they both fire, amazing artists, and I'm so happy we met.
Oh man. Oh
And
man.
and that's a big part. And then also to keep it real on here because
Mhm.
we're gonna have big guests, people that are bigger than us on here this next year. I know that for sure, but we're still gonna remain grounded because
Right.
if you reach out to us and you want to tell your story and we believe it's interesting, we could still be on too. So we could have a huge artist. We could have Jay-Z on one week and you could be on the next one.
Like, yeah,
That's how it's
that's
gonna be. For real.
how it's been though.
Yeah, for real. So it don't matter how big you think you are. You want to reach out to us and talk to us, then we're both accessible.
Absolutely.
It's not gonna be. We're not gonna be like, oh well, you only got 10 followers, so now you can't come on the podcast.
We want to know why you got 10 followers.
Exactly. What's your story?
What's your story? What's going on here? Are you not
Exactly.
Are you not social enough? You know? Do you need a group activity? I don't know.
Right. You need to make some friends.
Right. I'm
Uh,
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
so, do you have any top moments of 2022?
Of course.
What are your top moments?
Giving birth.
You became a mommy.
Giving birth. OMG. Okay. She didn't do too much of a damage down there, but she did cause some damage. But it's okay. She was born healthy and well, and just to see something that you produce come out of you and watching them grow.
Right.
Oh, amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, that's definitely that. Meeting you, and I learned something this year, because I feel like every year you learn something, right? Like that big peak moment, that your turning moment in your story. For me, I learned this year that no matter how much you may want someone to change, if they're not ready to change, leave it alone.
Hey, that's a word right there.
You know, it's not worth time, energy. Once you see that they like physically are content and mentally and emotionally content with who they are, and they think that that's normal, leave it alone.
For real.
Just leave.
Any
Don't go.
Any top moments that happened in media that you've seen today this year?
Top moments that happen in media. Yo, Will Smith dead ass smack Chris Rock.
Top of the year though.
Like,
Top of the year.
dead ass smack him like that though. And that was crazy. I didn't even I watched it one time. You know how some people watched it over and over again?
Yeah.
Watched that first time it came out, I watched it over and over and over again, right? And then that was it. Because I had to make sure that this nigga took his time to get up out his seat,
Right.
walk, couple of steps, and smack this nigga. You know, it is worse for a man to smack you than it is to punch you.
Exactly.
That is so demasculating.
You got bitch slapped on live TV.
Bitch slap. That had to be the peak of in media. Like, what type of shit? You feel? And I get it. You feel me? You defending your wife and whatnot, but you too old, bro. He put his hands on her. He a comedian. He was just making jokes.
Yeah.
And you went and slapped him.
Yeah. I agree.
You ain't no gangster, Will. Stop it.
Right.
You don't even curse in your raps.
Well, Eminem say Will Smith don't got a cuss in his raps to sell records, but right. I do. So fuck him and fuck you too.
That was wild. That was wild. I wasn't expecting that. You have any moments?
Like top moments. So starting from the top of the year, for me personally, it was relaunching the podcast and getting my first big guest, which was Geekdom 101. He's a YouTuber that I've been following for a long time, and he was I have been reaching out to him. You know, he's a big YouTuber too. He's got like 750,000 subscribers now.
Cammy?
Yeah, can you hear me? So I was getting that big guest in April. I have been talking to him for a while. I found his Facebook and we were just talking. He's a really down to earth dude. And like I said, he has 750,000 subscribers on YouTube. And you would think that, you know, I'm a nobody at this point. The fact that he's talking back and forth to me, and I asked him he want to be on my podcast. And I remember one night I came downstairs. I was in my my upstairs bedroom at my house. I took a shower and then he said yes. And I was just like, oh snaps, let me go to my office. Like, for real, this is really happening. And the fact that he gave me an almost 2-hour interview.
Yeah.
I'm nobody, bro. And we talking, and the fact that was a huge moment for me. And the reception I got, he posted it on his page, and I got over 1,000 views from it. You know, that was just love right there. So that's one of my top moments. Another one in the podcast was meeting you. Just by chance, you know, the fact that we started talking and had that chemistry right off the bat, and we had the same ideas and we were willing to talk, and then how much chemistry that we had, and the guests that we've had, and the way that, you know, they've all been great.
Right.
They've all had unique stories. Mm-hmm. They've all been willing to talk to us, and yeah, we got something special here. This is magic. Another top moment for me is putting out my mixtape this year.
Facts.
That was huge. You know, almost 20 years in the making.
Damn, you was sitting on the boat.
Yeah, so to put out music, and it felt great. It felt great. Even though I haven't got the reception yet, it's still there. The fact music could live on forever. Like this year showed it, because they bringing back old songs, you know, like the Nelly song relaunched this year, you know, the EI. Was it EI or Hot in Here? One of them. Like, you know.
Maury song.
Yes. Yeah. So that means to me that music is timeless. So it don't matter when you find it, just matters that you find it. And it's gonna be a gem out there for real. So as far as media goes, I was definitely gonna say Will too. I was like you. I didn't watch it over and over. Like after that night though, I had to find the unedited version because I'm like, what did he say? What did he say? And I'm just like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I was just like,
I said, oh, I said, Will ain't Bel Air no more.
exactly. This is real. I hated the after effects of it though. It was like, oh, Will Smith's career is over, and
he's been banned from the Oscars.
Yeah.
Shit.
Did Will Smith overreact? Yes, he overreacted 100%. He's still a man, and also,
in all honesty, he played a bitch move. He did a bitch move.
True.
Honestly speaking, because he knew, you could have met that man in the back.
Exactly.
The fact that he did it in front of so many people with live,
yeah,
is the bad part. But I feel like if that shit would have been done in backstage or some shit, Will Smith smacked Chris Rock and that'd have been in of it.
Yeah, because to me, I also believe, like we talked about earlier, you got to be held accountable for your words and actions. And Chris Rock said a joke. You didn't find it funny, but that wasn't the time or place to talk about it. Now, in the back of the stage, you said, hey, homie, don't talk about wife like that. And I do what I want. And
they
you got to eat that. You got to eat. But the fact Chris Rock is a host at this point, so he can't fight back. He can't, because everything goes down. If they start, if Will Smith slaps him and Chris Rock, what's up, homie? That's the end of them inviting niggas to the Oscars. Niggas can't come no more. Niggas can't come no more.
Don't trust them new niggas over there.
No, y'all can't come up here no more.
Man, I honestly, I felt bad for the culture, for us as a people.
We took an L.
Yeah, of course, because and it's just as bad as black on black crime.
Yeah.
You demasculated another black man in front of 1,000 fucking white people.
Yeah.
Millions of white people. And people wonder why they don't respect our shit. We don't respect our own shit.
Exactly.
Respect your shit when you don't even respect your own shit.
Exactly.
That don't make no sense.
So that was one of the top moments for me. Another top moment was, it's crazy to say, it was the Queen dying.
Really?
And all of the memes and the videos people made about it. It was just,
I have mixed feelings about the Queen.
It was funny to me when that people were making fun of it how they did, because they exposed her ass that she was racist.
Niggas ain't shit.
It was funny.
But she been racist. You feel me? First and foremost, you gotta respect her. Why do you have to respect her? She's the longest living monarchy that there was.
Right.
That I respect her, right? Outside of that, don't respect the shit. Because she had a lot to do with, slavery. She was a racist, and so we're not gonna act like gonna bypass that. See what I'm saying? Like, I can always separate the job, because her job, she had a job to do.
Right.
And it's not like, she grew up getting prepared for this job, because it was already set that she was going to be the queen once her father died.
Yeah.
So I don't blame too much of it on the queen herself, because this is what was taught to her.
Yeah.
You only know what's taught to you. But I feel like once you get to a certain age, you start to realize certain things. You start to, distinguish certain things. But once you're in those type of positions, you're so far in, ain't no way for you to go back out. You know what I'm saying? And she was old.
Yeah, that was my thing. Everybody was like, oh, she's it's so sad. But she was 100. She lived a long life.
She did.
I'm sorry. It's sad to me when we lose our young people. Takeoff dying was sad to me. Because that man was 28 years old. He had a whole life ahead of him. She lived her life.
She lives to see 28.
So, hey, I'm sorry. It is what it is. It was just.
I know.
Yeah, me either. It was just like. My thing was, those videos though. People were like, the British people getting offended. I'm like,
I could have sworn she died about 4 or 5 years ago.
and
No, I could have sworn she died.
and then the memes about her husband that he had to be pretty much in a refrigerator because he died some years ago. He had to be in the refrigerator until she died so they could be buried together. So I'm like, you had this man being a mummy until she died.
To my future husband, motherfucker, you leave me in the motherfucking refrigerator until you die, we're gonna have problems. I will come and haunt your ass every night.
Nah,
Get me out of this fucking freezer.
and then the other funny part was when they all those videos where the black people was telling their moms, "Oh, mom, the queen died." Queen Latifah.
There was one where she really thought little Kim had died, and she was like, "Why would you do that? I really thought little Kim passed away." No, mom, the queen, the bitch with the British flag.
Right. It just showed me that we as black people are so creative and so funny, and we can make light out of everything.
Anything.
So it just showed me that even in the darkest of times, we as black people, we gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Because we can make fun of any situation. We can laugh, even though it's hurting us. We could laugh. So that was the top moments for me this year. It didn't look like it was gonna be a good year, but it turned out to be a good year. Despite my depression and everything, I fought through. So
I think this year was like bittersweet. And the next year's gonna be sweet, sweet like a mango.
Oh yeah, for real. Who said that? It was somebody that said that mango. And okay, any top movies you have for this year?
No, but I must say, her playing Belle in the Beauty and the Beast musical for their 30th anniversary, bravo.
I did not see it.
Phenomenal.
It is?
Good. It's
It's
good
good.
for this generation because the Beauty and the Beast is an endless story.
Right.
It's gonna keep going. You feel me? But they did good. They did good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But no top, Black Panther, booty, trash.
I didn't see it yet.
But try again. Why would y'all do that? Why would y'all want to kill the only black superhero we had? Why?
So you think they should have recast?
They should have recasted T'Challa. The fuck? We needed T'Challa. Kill T'Challa off like that. What's wrong with y'all? I don't want to talk about it no more.
Top movie for me this year has to be top movies. I love the Thor movie. It was really good. And Doctor Strange was good too. It was like a more of a superhero movie year because I didn't really see too many other
no good movie. We ain't get no soul food. We ain't get no this Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything that we had that was like, ooh, this is just so amazing this year.
We have shit, that's why.
TV shows, though. TV shows, there was some good ones this year. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan was fire. It was like, I don't care what nobody say, but Bettina Miller, the one that plays Rock, she can act.
Her ass off.
Woo!
Her ass off.
There was some scenes in there where I'm like, she feel like a real person. And I can't stand the fact that you did that, but I understand why you did it. You fucked up, but I understand. Trying to think of any other TV shows that I watched this year.
I watch the same shows. Law and Order SVU.
There's some other stuff I watched this year. Oh, The Boys. The Boys was really good this year. And to end it off, top albums this year. Anything you listened to this year that stood out?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. You said top albums?
Yeah, anything that stood out to you this year?
You go and then come back to me, because
There was a lot this year for me.
going on.
Griselda started the year off with Benny the Butcher, Tana Talk 4.
The Butcher.
That album, bananas. And then a month later, Conway comes with God Don't Make Mistakes. I was just like, nigga, Griselda the shit. And I'm like, ain't nobody gonna top this. And then Kendrick, Mr. Morale, and the Big Steppers, I'm like,
Morale. That was a good one.
and the fact that he talked about something that we don't talk about like that, therapy. Like, oh yeah, it's a conversation we've been needed to have.
Mm-hmm.
So that one, the Games album was fire. Huh?
Did Beyonce put out an album?
Yeah. Beyonce put out an album to Renaissance.
Yeah, she did. Back in August.
I think it was August or July.
July, August, somewhere around there. But I liked her. I like some of the songs, not all of them. Some of them.
I did not like that single that came out though.
Which one?
You can't break my soul. You can't break my soul. It was just like, it was everywhere. I'm like, turn that shit off.
You know, anything Beyonce do, whether it's trash or not, everybody's gonna want. And to me, that I feel like you're not a true fan if you're gonna say that about all her. No, I don't like. I didn't like all of her music. I don't like all her songs either, but she do got some dope shit.
Yeah.
I did not listen to 21 and Drake Savage.
Me either.
I did not. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I didn't listen to Drake's album this year either. I heard it was terrible though.
I don't know what it is, but it was just, it didn't move me, it didn't persuade me, and it didn't tickle my fancy at all.
The Games album was really good to me. It was just a little bit too long. He could have cut out like 4 or 5 songs, but
everybody wants to keep trying to give us, back in the days.
Right.
Let's keep this short, sweet, and simple, please.
Was good. JID from Dreamville, probably one of the best albums I've ever heard. Like rapping wise, the content. I don't know if you've heard it yet. It's called The Forever Story. And then he surprised the hell out of me because he could sing and he sung on one track too. I was just like, nigga. Yeah. Since when you could sing? I was like, okay. I was like, okay. Joey Badass, his album was fire. And shout out to him. And then that last scene he did in Power Book 3 too was when he held his hand out, Southside. I was sorry.
Brooklyn, no, you feel me? But Southside.
There's a couple more I want to mention. Ari Lennox. You don't know her? She signed to J. Cole too. She's really good. Really good. Got that old school R&B feel from it.
I hope so. I'm sick of all this bubblegum shit.
Yeah, it was real music. It was fun though, at the same time. Like it was like,
for me this year, I've been catching up on battle rap. That's what it really been for me.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna mention 2 more albums, and then it's SZA, SOS. It just came out. I like it a lot. And Absol, Herbert, which is really good. But okay, what was your battle of the year this year?
Battle of the year, I would have to say, was, if I'm not mistaken, Hustle versus Coffee. And the only reason why it was the battle of the year for me, even though y'all already know I'm already Team Yamaguchi all the way, is because it was a long time coming. That was number one. Number two, there was so much going on, beef with them, that I don't feel like we got the best of them. So I think they need to do it again. So that's the only reason why I'm giving them Battle of the Year. But as far as battle rappers, First Lady Flames, Tay Rock, been doing his thing, Shuni the Rapper, Farrah Funeral, um, uh, Vixen the Assassin,
Mm.
Jazz the Rapper.
Oh yeah, I was see. Better say Jazz too, because Jazz
You know,
went off on her.
She came back. You feel me? Murder Mook. Murder Mook did get you got it dirty. He did.
Bad.
I mean, but this new recent that just happened with Tay Rock and Kid Slay, I wish we can get either one of them here on the show, so we can go and talk about these type of
I'm
things.
gonna reach out to Slade because I want to hear his opinion.
Either way it goes, we need to talk about this, people. But yeah, just so many different things that are happening in the battle world. Remy Ma has her Chrome 23.
Oh, you heard? You saw that battle that she announced, right? Easy the Block Captain versus Hitman Holla next year.
What I was saying was, so many great things are happening in battle rapping. Chrome 23, Remy Ma's platform now is giving a way for females to not only get to the bag, but also go out there and, be lyrical.
Yes.
Shout out to Chrissy Yamaguchi. She finally was able to get. Yeah, just shout out, shout out to T Yamaguchi, shout out to URL, shout out to Queen of the Rings, shout out to all battle rappers, big or small. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, baby. Free Sue Surf, free T Rex. You feel me? I don't know too much about what's going on with T Rex, but I do know he had to turn himself in.
I did not know that. Free to wave, y'all. Free to wave. Top battle this year for me. Battle of the year. It's hard, so I'm gonna pick two of them. Danny Myers versus Tay Rock, top of the year. Flawless, right? They both went in, and then that line that Danny did was he gonna scream, "That's light." Yes, son. Now walk into it. I was just like,
but there's so many schemes and things you can do with that slogan.
Yeah.
I think Rock should just change it. But you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Other one for me was Easy the Block Captain versus Cal.
Easy, that's another one. Underrated.
And Easy is probably my battle of the year. He ain't lost this year.
No, he hasn't.
And it's not close. Like his battles were clear wins.
Mm-hmm.
He beat Goods. He beat the shit out of Goods.
Beat the shit out of it, and almost fought Goods on stage too.
Yeah, Goods was hot. You could tell. Like, and Goods is the nigga known for being composed.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you did so good that Goods was shook up there, it was like Mook did Geechee, because Geechee don't get shook either. But Geechee was shook. You could see it was obvious. He was getting mad. He was getting frustrated. Like, that is the sign that you want to rattle your opponent.
Right.
So the fact that you
baby,
and that, to me, that's when you know a battler knows he's losing. You start saying, oh man, or you start talking to the crowd, y'all don't have to fuck with me. You lost, nigga. You lost, nigga. Top battle moment of the year, one of mine, it was Yoshi versus Charlie Clips 2. Yoshi, he did her bad, but she had probably one of the best rebuttals of the year. When he brought out that white Jesus, he said, you battling the right heathen, but something. So why you had to bring out a white Jesus? So I was just like, okay.
He did her filthy though.
Yeah, it was bad. But I just show you Charlie Clips ain't one of them niggas to be messed with.
I keep trying to tell people, stop trying to battle Charlie Clips to get a W. Charlie Clips is there for practice. You battle him to practice.
Yeah.
He's gonna come at you full force. You're not gonna win. makes, hit a 1, 2, 3 combo, but you ain't gonna knock him out.
Yeah. I don't think anybody can.
I think everyone's, he's practiced. Just
But
go back.
I would love to see Easy versus him next year. Easy versus Charlie.
Charlie gonna kill him.
I don't know.
Charlie gonna kill him. I got my money on Charlie.
I
I
think
got any amount of money on Charlie.
Easy gonna make it interesting at least though.
Mm-hmm. He gonna come fighting. He gonna come. He came for a
'Cause,
fight.
yeah, his battle IQ is too high for it not to be interesting. So he know the different strategy he got to use against him. It's just you cannot prepare for a nigga like Clips.
What's so crazy is that everybody knows what strategies to 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 beat Clips. The problem is Clips is so good at what the fuck he does. He knows how to transform it. And then you're not even battling Clips no more. Be like, what the fuck? I wrote this shit down for nothing.
Exactly. Can't strategize against a nigga like that. But over
2023.
2023 is gonna be awesome, y'all. We love y'all. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. This is coming out a couple days for the New Year, so we wish you a happy New Year. Next year, we got a big guest lined up for the first guest of the year, a comedian.
Absolutely.
We're not gonna say her name yet, but she is awesome, hella funny. Disrespect to have some laughs with us, y'all. For real. But anything you want to say to the people before the year's out?
Nah, man, stay sucker free in the world full of fucking lollipops. You understand? Like that's what it is. Protect
Yeah.
your mind, protect your energy, and be yourself at all times.
Yeah. Be you. Be you. Keep it real. If you a street nigga, don't snitch.
Please don't.
Don't. It just make you look bad.
If you're a scared motherfucker, go to church.
Exactly. And I think that's it, y'all. It's been real, y'all. Peace.